Hello guys, DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time it's me with 1,177 rating versus Dogmatika with 674 rating. This isn't a high rated DB, this is a war, like a clan war. It's my clan versus his. Honestly, I don't know what clan he's on. I don't pay that close attention to it. I just duel when I'm told to. Shout out Eagle. But hopping right into it, we're going to see Trog win the rock, paper, scissors, shoot. 40 versus 60. So, you can tell if I'm on 60, I'm playing some crazy combo deck. Obviously. Opening hand is Quick Launch, Reborn, Levianeer, Recharger, Chaos Space. Also, before we hop into this is my old list. This is not my current list. Don't ask to see this list. Actually, I would show you guys this list if you guys really want to see it. I guess I'll show you it because this is my old list. This is before Megatons come out, so this is current format. So I haven't really worked on this list in a little bit because I've been working on my other list a lot. But then his hand is Cursed, Ash, Ecclesia, Imperm, Gamma. We both opened up solid. I'm not gonna lie. He's gonna activate Cursed, but opening up solid in a combo deck is way stronger than opening up solid in a trap deck. He's gonna pay 8, feel great, add Lord. Also, I didn't get this till after the match. I don't know why he added Lord here. I really don't. I don't know, it just doesn't make sense to me. Summon Ecclesia, add Punishment, then set Imperm, set Punishment, pass. So he has 1, 2, 3 forms of interruption, and then Punishment can send Elder, and that could be the 4th. Draw Abs. This card, I've seen people cut this from their list, completely. Drawing it's not the greatest card to draw, I'm not gonna lie, but you can make so many different combos with this card. I can't even start to describe it. You could, instead of discarding off of Brotar, you could add, and the discard off Brotar matters a lot because you're going for the Dragoon Red Eyes, but this deck isn't, so it's so weird. It's commentating over an old list, but this is still current format. Normal Recharger, he's going to let it go through, special summon out Abs, he's thinking, and bro, this dude thought so much. For him to activate that Punishment, that was a minute and a half. Send Elder, gets rid of Recharger, and then he's going to use Elder to pop his own Ecclesia. And at this point in time, I'm like, bro, you literally just told me you had Gamma in hand. Why else would you ever pop your own Ecclesia? You could send Ash Dragon if you didn't want to pop. So I'm sitting here alright, cool, now I know Gamma and Lord. So that's another thing you should do, is you should be able to tell what your opponent has in hand. Just by the deck. You should know what they keep in hand, what they set. If he had Eldlich Spell and Traps, he would have set them. Quick Launch, he's going to Ash that. Monster Reborn, target Recharger, he allows that to go through. And then I go into Striker Dragon effect. He's going to Gamma that. So right here, I was not expecting him to Gamma that. I was if he does, I have an extender, I'll be able to play through it anyways. But I was thinking, there's just no way that he actually Gammas a Striker Dragon. So I made it. And he did end up gamming it. And I was alright, fair enough. And right here, I was can you play faster, please? This right here is going to be, I guess, another topic on this video. But I was can you play faster, please? Because he took, a minute to activate Gamma. He took, a minute and a half to do Punishment. And I wasn't trying to get slow played until, a 2-hour-long match. So I was just being nice. And he said no. So it takes a minute and a half to resolve a trap. That's why I became cancerous right here. Not cancerous, I don't like using that word. That's why I became toxic right here. Because he was like, how is that my problem that you don't have time? It's not that. No one wants to be slow played against. Just play at a reasonable pace, please. Like, I was still being nice right there. He says, continue if you're so worried. And then I just said, like, shut up, bro. Like, you're annoying. Whatever clan this dude is in, kick him. Like, no, I'm kidding. Don't kick him. I want to go that far. But I started talking like SpongeBob right there, too. It was funny. Chaos Space, get rid of Levianeer, add white. Then banish Levianeer, summon out white. And this is just like so free. This is where like dragons really prosper, because older cards just play through everything. Because a simple negate like this doesn't do enough. It needs to be a negate and destroy like every time, like Gamma. Romulus Chainlink 1, Avs Chainlink 3, White Chainlink 2. I know I said that really weird. I was just like typing it out. I was like, I don't feel like changing it. So then I get to add Tracer and Black Dragon. Banish White, summon out Black. Banish Chaos Space, put back White. Draw Imperm. And I played bad this match too, also. Yeah, before going like even further, first of all, I played bad because this is an old list that I had zero practice with. Just Eagle was like, yo, you down to play? And I was like, alright, sign me up, let's do this. So that's one reason. Another reason is because I had an hour sleep yesterday, which you could probably tell by like the videos. Like, I was messing up my words more often than normal. So I definitely made a few misplays in this. But I tried my best. I tried. Go in the seal, and then I get black to add white. I think that interaction with Chaos Space is nuts. And then set Imperm, pass turn. Like I said before, like, you don't have to do a full board against this deck to win. If they use punishment, you can guarantee their next turn is going to be so slow. They can't combo off. Like, they physically cannot go in the needle and Savage Herald you. They have to, like, set traps and pass. Like that's so bad. So, like, Seal here is definitely just enough. Draws tune, like, see, he drew tuning, like, punishment. Punishment hurts so bad. This card is absolutely trash. Once Dragoona Red Eyes, like, actually becomes a thing, like, Dogma is just gonna get cut from Eldlich so fast. Pay 8, feel great with Cursed. And then I use Seal to bounce that back to hand. I remember that he had Lord in hand and a random card. I figured that if I Seal bounced Lord back to hand, he would still be able to send my Imperm or whatever monster I bring out. But if he has no Eldlich engine, there's no way he's going to be able to keep up with me next turn. So I just bounce it. And because if I don't, then he's going to add and then just Lord send Seal, and I'm going to be forced to Seal bounce Cursed. And the Seal effect here is really, really good. Just bringing out like any dragon from deck, nuts. Bring out black metal, so that way when that dies, I get a free search. No point in bringing out like Seyfried here, because then he could just out the Seyfried. And then he scoops. Moving on to game 2, he's going to go first again. Opening hand is Red Eyes, Ash, Ravine, Nocto, Darkworm. So this is definitely a playable hand. It's definitely a good hand. Like, I'm gonna call it a 7 out of 10. It's like, it looks very weird, but it's very playable and it plays through multiple things. So this is pretty good. Actually, screw that. I'm gonna give this an 8.5 out of 10 because this is a pretty good hand. Like, the more I'm looking at it, the more combos I'm seeing. Then he has tuning, punishment, servant, tuning, servant. I have, like, this is my first time watching over the replay. I mean, I played in it, like, myself, so, like, I don't know, like, I experienced it live. But I didn't know he opened up, like, doubles of multiple cards. That's interesting. Like, going back and seeing that's weird. He goes tuning, I allow it to resolve. Some people ash the tuning, because they say if tuning resolves, they could have an O-line in hand, and then that makes it so that way they can combo through Ash. That is a wrong way of thinking about it, because if you Ash Tuning, they have 5 more Jets in deck. If you don't Ash Tuning, they have 1 or 2 O-Line in deck. So it's like 5 extra Jets versus 2 O-Line. I'm going to play around the 5 extra Jets, other than the O-Line. I think that's like the very like smart way to think about it. And then tuning Mills Jet uses another tuning, so now he's got the all the Jets. And he mills O-Line, and then O-Line effect, bring out token. And right there, I was like, man, he really milled that O-Line. Now this Ash just isn't stopping combo. Normal summon Jet, link in the Needle. Needle effect, obviously you don't Ash there. Just Jet, discard anything, summon itself, and still ending on like a formula draw. They're savage, like it's too much. Needle brings out O-Line, which I was okay with, because I was like, unless he's playing 3 O-Line, he's not using the Mech and Phantom Beast effect. Goes in the Link Cross, brings out tokens, and this also meant he wasn't going into like formula combo in my mind. Because like nobody's doing that thing going in the formula combo. That plays in the nib too hard. Goes in the metal effect on O-Line. Then he's going to Jet, get rid of Servant, bring out Jet. Then goes in the formula draw, and the Lord, not a good draw. And then Link in the blocker. Then goes in the Mech and Phantom Beast, bring out tokens. And this is like the same setup like I had in like my video of like how to combo if you draw O-Line, because it's a level 2 tuner. It's like the same thing as O-Line, so you can still go up. And then like Savage right there, and then Savage equip the Needle. Then activate Servant. No point of Ashing because he'll just get Savage negated. He's gonna send Ash to add Ecclesia. Special Ecclesia then uses that effect. That's gonna let him add Knight. Set Punishment, and then end phase, add Ecclesia. So right here, I know he has Knight, I know he has Jet, I know he has Ecclesia. So I know 3 of the cards in his hand. So I know Knight is an interruption, I know Savage is an interruption, I know that set is punishment for sure, because like Ecclesia, somehow he would have added this. Like I know this is punishment at this point. He would have added it overnight, and then end phase added Knight. So I pretty much know everything right now except for the Lord in hand. Draw black metal. When I drew that, I was like, wow, that is a weird draw, because I already have the red MD. Activate Ravine. Ravine effect, get rid of Worm. It's like drawing Brilliant Garnet in a 60 card deck. Like neither of these are like Garnets here, but still, like you get the point. Discard Worm, send Abs. And then Abs effect, add Tracer. Again, like you can tell this is like my old list, because it's still playing Dark Worm. My, like the newer list, I don't play Dark Worm in. Also, Dragon Shrine is now more nuts than ever before, because you could send Red Eye's B Dragon, and then send an extra, like, Abs to get more Darks Engrave. So now Ravine's better than Foolish, because they both do the same thing realistically. They just send a dragon. But if you need Shrine to send 2, it can. So I mean, it's never came up for me, but one day it will. Worm summon itself out if you open up like Shrine, Legionnaire, plus get awkwardly hand trapped. Bet you it'll come up. And then battle phase, attack Ecclesia. I did that because there's like no way that he punishments a Dark Worm. Like this would have been all so free if he punishment this. Like I would have been okay with that. Get rid of the Worm to bring out Striker. Striker Chainlink 1, Nocto Chainlink 2. He wanted to read it, so I just showed him. I still don't think I played this turn perfectly. I remember like looking back on the turn, like during his turn, I was like, yeah, I could have done that differently. Well, let's see what it was exactly, because I don't remember. I go in the Romulus Chainlink 1, Nocto Chainlink 2, draw Seyfried. Now that's like a good normal. I remember when I drew this, I was like, wow, it gave me another normal, and I was like mad. And then like I opened up my deck to add with Nocto. I was like, wait, that's a good normal. I was like, I already have like Tracer and Black Metal. I was like, Safer actually gives me more extenders. Add Divine Lance. Then activate Divine Lance and use its effect. Bring out Phalanx. Then go on the Link Cross. And right here is pretty easy to read when he was going to use Punishment. I bring out the 2 tokens. And right here I knew he was going to use it to get rid of these and leave me with tokens. So also like why I summoned him over here. So that way I could still Guard Dragon combo right here if I needed to. And then he's going to use Punishment. Gets rid of both. But again, like I was okay with that. I knew that he had Savage Negate, and I knew somehow I needed to bait that, and then Red MD just bring out Phalanx and just full combo him anyways. I normal summon Seyfried. I use the effect. He goes for 4. I go for 1. I'm just getting rid of 1. I mean, I get what he's saying. Like 4 at level 4. Add White Dragon. Then I banish Striker, summon out White. Link in the Pisty. And the reason I go for Pisty here is like I play 2 Striker. I play LP. But the reason I went for Pisty is because there was no way I thought full combo was resolving this turn. Like he had Savage. He had another card in hand. Like, combo is not resolving. And honestly, even if combo does resolve, I don't need Pisty. Like, it would be an extra summon. But again, like I said against this deck, you don't have to full combo. You just have to set up enough so that way you can play next turn. Because they're under punishment. They can't do anything. Then White to add Black. And I think it's kind of important to, when you summon White, to banish Striker Dragon, in case if later on you get like a Chaos Space that you can like discard with Brotar, activate it. You can put back extract monsters to draw off Chaos Space. So like getting the Striker Dragon banished is kind of big. Like late game being able to use this is huge. Then I banish Pisty to summon out Red MD. I use Red MD effect. And right here he knows I have a black in hand as an extender. And he knows I have Tracer, and he knows I have Boot. So he knows 3 of the cards in my hand, and everything he knows is pretty much just like an extender. But I was still expecting him to negate this with Savage. And guess what? He chose not to, and I was like, there's no way. I was like, if he's not negating that with Savage, in my head, that means he has Nib in hand, and he's going to wait till I full combo, activate Nib, I'll Herald negate, he Savage negates. So now that's what I'm thinking is in his hand. So now I'm thinking I got to get Seal set up so that way if he does Nib me, I still get to summon off Seal. Metal, bring out Phalanx. And then Synchro in the Herald. And then Link in the Needle effect, and I already went through the Link Cross, so this isn't like full combo, but it can still bring out like a Rocket Synchron, then I can summon Black for like full combo. See, like right here, I wish that I didn't summon Pisty, and I wish I brought out Striker Dragon, but I knew at the time summoning Pisty there would and was stronger, because he just Savage negated at the wrong time. He really did. And then go into Striker. And then LP effects. Bring out Brotar. But like, I don't know. Like looking back at it, I think I should have kept Striker. Or I should have used Striker and kept Pisty. But, I don't know. I guess I read wrong. I read that there was a Nib instead of a Lord. Really, really weird like play on his part for not Savage negating then. Like I really don't get why. Like, I'm still trying to think this. Like, this match has been, like, a day old at this point. I still want to know why. Brotar effect on itself. Get rid of Black Metal. Add Levinier. Gets banished because of Herald. Then banish Lights and Darks to summon out Levinier. So now Levinier is going to get a pop effect. I do that because I have to out Savage this turn. Because if I don't, then next turn, I'm going to have to like Seal, try to bounce. You go Savage negate, I go Herald negate. And it'll just, I don't know, it just ruin it. Like, outing this turn was huge compared to waiting. And then also outing this would be good because then he can't just activate the effect or just go to battle phase and bait Herald or bait Seal or just bait something, you know? So he Savage negates a Herald negate, and then Levianeer, I destroy his token and his Auroradon. Then I link in the Protector. Then I link up in the Seal. Then I get rid of Ravine for boot. Boot effect. Summon out Tracer. Link into Carrier. Also, I'll bring up the misplay in a second. Then I Tracer, get rid of boot to bring out Recharger right there. I think instead of Tracer getting rid of boot, I should have Union Carriered, equipped a Tracer, equipped literally anything on my board. Just equip a Saferd, and then Tracer pop the Saferd to bring out Recharger, because he's already locked out of extra deck from punishment, so going for Buster Lock doesn't do anything. It just makes it so that way next turn my Buster that's in the Spell and Trap Zone could become an extender. But like, I'm also losing boot in this situation. I think it would have been better to keep boot. I go for Savage effect to equip. He's going to activate Knight. Obviously, I'll have to go through. I don't have any negates. And then Carrier, equip the Savage. I equip Buster. I do that not to lock him out of the extra deck, but I do that because this will be an extender next turn because it can unequip itself. A lot of people don't know that. Then I banish Saferd to add back Levianeer. Then I pass turn. Draw Scarlet. That's such a good draw. Like, Eldlich Spell and Trap there was a good draw. Like, something like other than Curse too. Like, it really had to be like Scarlet, Conquistador, Walkero there. He's thinking. Goes battle phase, Knight attacks Seal. I go Seal effect. And I bounce the Knight. And again, I think that was a misplay. I did multiple misplays this match, which is why it's a good match to show off. It's not me knowing that I'm recording a video for YouTube and playing absolutely perfect because of that. And like slow playing, like just literally making myself play perfect. Not slow playing, but like perfecting every play, like to where like no one can be like, oh, you're bad. But this is like my like real DB-ness. Like I make misplays, but it's DB. It's for practice, especially when it's like a war for this. Actually, that's the reason I joined like DB teams. Was to make it so that way when real life event does come back, I'll be able to like have practice, and I would have stayed warm with the game, and then instead of some people that just stopped playing right now because of the pandemic. He goes activate Ecclesia. I let that go through because he could just normal summon it afterwards if I negate the hand effect. And he doesn't use the on-field effect. If he did, I wouldn't have Savage negated it because I would have Ash negated. If I Savage negate that, then he would just chain Knight to summon itself and negate Savage. He uses Lord effect on Savage, which gets rid of it. I negated Knight with Savage because if I don't, then it's going to negate Savage. He's going to set Walkero with Scarlet. And right here, I'm just like, alright, I know everything he has. Like, I know he has Jet, I know he has Knight, and I know he has Walkero set. So I just wrote it right there. Draw Chaos Space. I thought that was like a good draw. I was like, it's not a good draw right now, because there's nothing I can grab with it right now. But I said to myself, I was like, when this Brotar activates, I'm going to get to add a dragon with it. And I'm going to get the Chaos Space, put back a Striker Dragon to get a draw. And then I'm going to be able to Striker Dragon to Recharger to Red MD, so I was like, this Chaos Space is gonna let me go like so plus when the time comes. I know I didn't need to be instantly because like Eldlich is slow. Banish 3, summon out Levianeer. Now banish Lights and Darks again. Then use the effect, and I think right here I should have banished all lights. But it didn't matter because either way he would have night negated. But I think I should have still banished all lights right there. If he didn't night negate, then I would have been able to just instantly win. And there was like a chance that he doesn't. Union Carrier on Levianeer. I equip Seyfried. And then Seyfried effect. Add Tracer. I think that was I don't know. I think I did a lot of misplays here. I think I should have Seyfried quicker in that turn to add Tracer and just summon it and beat over Ecclesia because I know that he has Night. And he would have summoned Night to negate Tracer in main phase. And then I could have just summoned Levianeer banishing the lights and just won there anyways. Like, you can definitely tell I made misplays here. I can tell by my own gameplay that I was tired and not used to this deck. Because I would never make this many misplays in an actual game. Tracer effect, pop Seyfried, bring out Recharger. Unless if it's like a deck I'm not used to. Like, people don't get it. Like, testing is testing. Whether you're like a good player or a bad player, when you're first testing a new deck, very good chances that you're going to be terrible with it. That's why you test. You gotta get better. Now I link into a sword. Now I have Sword Tracer. And I know this could just beat over the board. I go Tracer, beat over Ecclesia, Sword, beat over Knight, and use the effect digging attack, and then Sword, switch Tracer to defense to beat directly for 4,250. Banish Seyfried, add back Levianeer. We're never getting hit by Walkero. And then end phase, he's going to Walkero summon itself. Draws Cursed. Like, look at his hand now. Like, he has Eldlich set up. He hasn't gone through any Eldlich cards, so he still has his whole engine. He has Synchro stuff, which is like access code talker at this point because he's already gone through his combo. And he has Cursed. Like, this dude is nuts. This dude is just drawing good. And it's crazy. Like, he draws good multiple turns in a row, and I draw like a dead Chaos Space that I know is going to be good turn later. He's going to activate Cursed, pay 8, feel great. Adds Conquistador. And then Lord, bring itself back. Cursed effect, send Conquistador. And at this point, I knew when he added Conquistador, or not when he added, when he cursed sent Conquistador, that he was not planning on Jet Synchron discarding the Conquistador from hand. So I could, like, it was very obvious that he was going into a BLS link here. Like, very, very obvious. When he sent the Conquistador, I actually, like, said that. I was like, yeah, this dude's going for BLS, for sure. It's too easy to read. BLS attack over Tracer. Banishes Sword. I think right there I should have also activated Brotar. I chose not to, but I think I should have. Set Conquistador. He's going to banish 2. He's going to set Scarlet and White Destiny because right there, realistically, he was forced to banish Sword, or Sword had the chance of just coming back at any moment and killing him. So then I would have got Brotar effect for free. But I wasn't thinking too straight. I was tired. Also, before any real event, make sure to get plenty of sleep. Even if you're only used to getting 5 hours of sleep a night, try to up that to like 8 if possible, 7, 8. The more sleep you get before an event, just the better you'll do. Simple as that. Add World Legacy Guard Dragon. Banish 3, Lights and Darks once again. Summon out Levianeer, and then Levianeer effect. And he says that's okay. So I pop White Destiny and Conquistador because I know where everything's at. So now he's left with Scarlet, and I have Ash for Scarlet, and I've literally had Ash since turn 1. And right here I was so happy. I was like, oh yeah, I have so many different ways of going for game. So right here I chose to World Legacy Guard Dragon, bring out Brotar, get rid of Chaos Space. I told you it was eventually going to come up. And then get to add Tracer. And then Space, put back the Striker, and then get a free draw. I even drew Cosmic too. Like, I remember when I drew that, I was just like, I'm so good. Like, I can't lose. I'm actually about to 2-0 this dude after losing the die roll versus a trap deck. Like, that's crazy. It's not like I lost the die roll versus like another combo deck and then I lost. It's like, whatever. Like, he won the die roll. Like, game 1's like kind of supposed to go to him. I don't know. People think that this game right now is a die roll game. It's really not. You can play combo against combo and still win game 1. You just have to build your deck for it by main decking cards like Gamma, Imperm, Nib, stuff like that. Striker Dragon, get rid of itself to add back Recharger. There was only like 2 points in this game's, or 3 points in this game's history where I think it was really a die roll match. And that was the Thunder Dragon Mirror for 2019 NAWCQ. If you lost the die roll, there's no way you're winning. Like, if both players are actually good and know what they're doing, there's no way you're losing. And then Goki. Like, Goki format was insane because people couldn't main a whole bunch of hand traps because Trickstar was running around. And then I get rid of Recharger to bring out Red MD. And then Pendef TK format was another format where you just had to win the die roll. Red MD effect, bring out Nocto, and then Link into Dill. The card's nuts. Last card in my extra deck. Then I get Nocto to draw Foolish. And then Banish Safer to add back Levianeer, and then Banish 3 to summon it. And then Battle Phase, Levianeer, Crash. And then 28, he goes Scarlet, I chain Ash, and GG's. That was a weird, interesting match. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of surprised that I won 2-0. Like looking back at it, like this match, I played good. Besides like 2 points, I think the Pisty and the Brotar and the Seal Bounce. So 3. I think I made 3 misplays in this match, which is a lot. Like a lot. Since like usually at like events I keep how many misplays I did like tallied up, and it's like 4 or 5 an entire event, like sometimes like if it's like an off day, but usually like I just like never misplay because like how much thought I put into it and how much practice I put into the game prior to a tournament. Like before Nats, holy, that was the most practice I ever had before an event. But I'm just going to stop talking. That's going to be it for the video. I forgot to say this earlier in the first video. Make sure to enter the giveaway. The giveaway ends tomorrow or tonight, tomorrow. I'm going to pick someone sometime in the next like 24 hours, so just make sure you're entered into it. That's going to be it for the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. The DB Grinder signing off. Peace.